Public servants, particularly nurses, teachers, and members of the disciplined forces, are being urged to give the administration a chance to work for them. The call was made by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali during a meeting with residents at Linepath, Skeldon, East Berbice Quarantine, Region 6.
But I ask the nurses, I ask the teachers, I ask all those who are working to give us a chance, to have some patience. Do not let politics stray you away. We are going to deliver to you.
The President also reiterated the government's unwavering commitment to nurses.
Our commitment to the nurses and every single workers in this country is strengthened, and our commitment will be realized. We have already set aside $150 million for frontline workers in the healthcare system. Our police, our army officers, our public servants, our sugar workers, our farmers, our doctors, our nurses, they all deserve better, and they will get better under the stabilities of the government.
That $150 million will go towards risk allowances for workers on the front line of the fight against COVID-19. Additional measures have been put in place, including a child care service for the children of frontline workers. Nurses are also set to benefit from the numerous budget measures implemented to return money to the pockets of Guyanese. These include the removal of value-added tax VAT on electricity and water, school uniform assistance, and the reduction of reversal of fees for dozens of licenses. The President also delivered on some promises he made months ago during the elections campaign. He had promised to upgrade several recreational grounds in Regions 4 and 6. On Saturday, His Excellency pledged over $50 million for the community centre ground at Linepath, Skeldon, one at Port Morant, at Angers Avenue, New Amsterdam, and 3 in Sophia, Georgetown. At Linepath, the head of state committed $2 million for the enhancement and maintenance of the community centre ground. He also donated sport gear to several cricket clubs in the East Berbice Quarantine area. Shortly after, at Port Morant, Dr. Ali pledged another $9.5 million for full construction and grading of an area residents usually use for recreational purposes, but which was in a dire state. He also promised that the jobs which will come from works on the community centre ground would stay within the community. The President then made a pit stop at Angers Avenue in New Amsterdam and similarly committed $1.2 million for upgrading of the recreational space. Dr. Ali reassured residents that his government is keen on keeping all promises made in its manifesto, especially in the area of education.
We have promised in the manifesto free university education for all. And I want to assure you, before the end of the 5 years, that promise will be realized. In the manifesto, we promised 20,000 scholarships. We have already advertised places for 1,000 scholarships. Next year, we are hoping to put resources in the budget for a further 4,000 scholarships. So before the end of the 5 years, we will have delivered 20,000 scholarships to the people of Guyana and all the people of Guyana.
Altogether, $2.8 billion has been allocated to Region 6 for all-round development. Upon his return to Region 4 on Saturday evening, His Excellency stopped at Seafield, Sophia, where he spoke to residents about home improvements.
We are in the COVID pandemic, and we are starting the 25,000 household grant. That is $25,000 for every household. We have returned the $10,000 school cash grant, the $4,000 for the children uniform, and I want to assure you that before the end of our time, The school cash grant will go to $50,000 per child. The old age pension will go to $40,000. But what is most important for me is to bring this country together.
Amen.
And if there are nurses in this area, if there are farmers in this area, I want you to know that you have a president and a government that is willing to work with everybody. We want, and I'm in here, and I thought it best that I have to lead by example too.
Okay.
And I don't want to send a message to Sophia. I want to come here so you will know I am here with you.
All right.
President Ali also promised that residents would be given priority for employment on any project being undertaken in their community. Additionally, the head of state committed $3 million for upgrades to 3 community playgrounds in the area, the first of which is located next to the Seafield Sophia Nursery School. Earlier in the day, President Ali paid his last respects to the late Elaine McNeil Nee-Hatton of Buxton. The 97-year-old, who passed away on October 2, 2020, was the mother of former Member of Parliament and member of the People's Progressive Party, Odinga Lumumba. Dr. Ali offered condolences to the family on behalf of his government.